Well, that's very nice of... I don't quite know how to say that. Well, anyway, that's his channel. Anyway, it was very nice of him to leave a message and his channel there. So, I've never heard of him before. Let's play a little bit of him. And thank you very much. I'm now subbed. This is on my BitChute channel. Yes, BitChute there. So anyway, let's hear a little bit of what he has to say. Thanks very much. As I said, now I'm subbed.
Well, you've made it this far. And if you have, then hats off to you. If you've never been tested, vaxxed, and you're not drinking down the propaganda that you see all around you. And as you see the world around you running on fumes, then you are being forced ever more daily to survive the complete implosion of the current collective reality as it hits the wall. Yeah. I don't know how else to describe that other than in that manner. You'll be drawn to be out in nature more. You'll be drawn to disconnect from what you see happening around you. And there's a fine line in that, because in the time of any transition, what everyone is waiting for and hoping for is that someone comes along and tells them an easy way to fade into a new reality. But I hate to be the one to pop your bubble. Fading into a new reality without having an earthquake in the one you're living in now isn't possible. There's no slow way to do it. The only analogy I can think of is pulling off a Band-Aid. If you want to slowly pull off a Band-Aid for the next 5 years, 10 years, from your reality that you're living in now, to make it easier, you're just going to live through more pain. Now, the other side of it is you rip the Band-Aid off all at once. You become a nutter. And everyone around you living from the old standards of the reality that we're all collectively detoxing from, you rip it off all at once, and they're going to look at you and say, you're a nutter, you're crazy. So there's going to be a lonely time for those that truly see, as if you haven't already experienced that already since the day of your birth. It's a lonely road to see things for what they are. And I've noticed a pattern, certainly within myself, that if people can't see things for what they are, and they don't want to, and you do, and there's no turning it off, then you choose to spend a lot of time alone. And I'm fine with that. And I know a lot of you are too. But just so you know, to tell you all, you're not crazy. You're not insane. You haven't accepted the programming of this collective consciousness that has gone off the rails before we were even born, before I was even born. The fact that we're still coherent and can even communicate is a freaking miracle in itself, given what we're up against. But with all processes, there's light at the end of the tunnel. It's not all dark. And it's certainly not all hopeless. To really see the channeling of energy that's coming through now is to awaken, and it's very difficult to move through the world that you see running on fumes of all these premises that have no foundation whatsoever. They're just ideas. And then to watch everyone pretty much hang themselves daily by the choices they make and by the patterns they run for false security. And so, upon realizing that, sleeping by a lake, sleeping in a forest, being out, away from the static, wherever you can find it, however you can find it, to sit with yourself, this is the most valuable time to do that. And there's no end game in it. It's more of just survival game at this point. Because when you see that you're a part and you're expected to participate in a structure that is running on fumes, that is completely defunct, completely broken, and it's a charade. It's like, how long will you sit in the after dinner party and play charades until it gets boring? And I know everybody that hears this, that understands what I'm saying, you know. Haven't we been here before feeling kind of hit you really hard since you were young, and it's been following you your whole life? I know it has me. Haven't we been here before? How long are we going to do this, you know? And the absurdity at which it will go, my imagination can't even grasp. We could sit here till the cows come home talking about in what directions it could move, with what they're going to pull next to freak everybody out, because they are addicted to authorities to tell them what their reality is, whether they be governmental, religious establishments, community establishments that they don't want to be extradited from. So it's across the board. But in reality, you are the purest antenna to weigh all the things externally coming in toward what you still have yet to reveal, which is your direct connection to this experience. There is no hive mind so long as there are individuals, and individuals that are connected to their direct union with frequency of this experience are the most dangerous ones right now, because you're not drinking down the Kool-Aid of the Kardashians and who to vote for next, or the political game. And boy, oh boy, have they really cranked it into high gear. And they will continue to do so, because it's all they have. It's what happens to a world when beta men run it. And then we start cutting the private parts of children off and using pharmaceuticals to just get out of bed every day, or to alter the choices that 4-year-olds have made about their genders, because we're so warped as adults that we're allowing that to occur in public educational scenarios. And those public educational scenarios are the same ones that will throw you in jail for truancy if you don't send your children to it, based on what state you're in. We're cutting off our nose in spite of our face, but still living in some sort of dream world of 1776, we're free, give me my gun. Well, I hate to break it to you, but your gun is archaic technology at this point. Frequency warfare has well surpassed the use of caps and gunpowder and where a bullet can travel. I'm sorry. It has. I'd be happy to debate that with anyone.